This is the Gateway Log with Derek, and if you don't know what this channel is, it's about my experience going through the Gateway tapes and trying to give you my learns, my good, my bad, what worked, what didn't work, and hopefully help you out if it's something you're interested in. What this channel is not is to convince you or make you believe something that I can't prove and you can't prove. But if you're curious and experiencing it, or you need help determining if you're doing it right or wrong, I don't know. That's what I'm hoping this will become. Today I want to talk about patterning, which is manifesting on the Gateway tapes. You do it on a few different tapes. You do it on lower levels. I believe Focus 12, Focus 15, Focus 21. There's just different levels of manifesting. And for me, I have set some goals for myself in patterning. And what you do with patterning, and I've been doing a lot of reading on this, so I could be right, I could be wrong. You might do it better than me, and if you have ideas, please share them with me. I would love to hear about it. The way I've been patterning is that I have certain goals where I've been told you don't say you want something. You don't say, I want $1 million. You imagine what you feel like when you get it. So instead of saying, I want $1 million, you would imagine that you're doing well fiscally, financially. You're doing well in life. Like, you don't have to worry about paying bills. What does that feel like? I feel good about myself. I don't feel like I'm stressed out at the end of the month because I have enough money. I have enough money to take care of everything. I'm good. All my basic needs are met. I feel great. And it's that feeling that you try to manifest. About a month ago, Monroe Institute sent out an email looking for subjects to do a documentary on for a Gateway voyage in July. And up until that point, I hadn't done a lot of research on the Monroe Institute, like going, because frankly, in my previous job, I didn't make enough to ever warrant doing that. My current job, I could probably pull it off. But when the idea for a documentary came up, I was incredibly intrigued because first off, I would get to go. I'd get to go there. I get to be a part of the process of helping people learn because, again, as somebody who's always a skeptic and I always have one foot in reality and one foot in being open-minded, because I think being open-minded about anything, you got to do some of that. I thought this would be a great way. Who better to learn from than the people who do it professionally, and based on what I've seen on YouTube and what I've read on Reddit, it seems like a really great experience. So an email popped in to my email address saying they're looking for people. And they wanted you to fill out this big questionnaire and then record a little video like explaining why you want to do it. That was my first pattern. That's what I have pretty much every night that I do a tape. I usually do Expand. I use the Expand app and I do Focus 12. And I always start off with me imagining myself at the Monroe Institute in front of a camera answering questions and feeling amazed because I somehow, my abilities are getting better. Something happened and I feel amazed that it happened. And I'm so excited about it. So that's a pattern of mine. That's a big one. I'm really hoping I get to participate and be a part of that. Another one, fun fact, just a little bit about me. My favorite band is the Goo Goo Dolls. Has been since I was 13 years old. And a few years ago, I spent a whole summer doing TikTok videos where I was playing Goo Goo Doll covers, trying to get their attention so that they'd pull me up on stage at Simpsonville, South Carolina. And that whole summer, once a day, I posted a video and I would try to get comments to them. I try to get their attention. And I get to the show, and I figured if it didn't happen, it wouldn't happen. But what happened was, John had injured, the lead singer of the Goo Goo Dolls, hurt his foot, and he looked over. He was stuck. He was stuck on just seated for an hour and a half because I was like wearing a boot. And he's coming up to the song Name, which was a song that not only do I know very well, but I released a cover of 4 days before the show because I thought maybe they'd see it. Maybe they'd give me an opportunity to play it with them. So he's standing up there, he's about to play it, and then he looks to his right, my left, because I'm facing him in like the fourth row, and he sees this guy's like, you know how to play it? You know how to play in the right tuning? All right, come up. He pulled up another guy and pulled him on stage, and that kid was 19. He played the song well, but my whole life shattered. It's just, I never expected him to pull someone else up on the stage. I fully expected not to be pulled up. So they're coming to town later this year in the end of summer. So this time around, I'm patterning because I got second row seats. So I'll be right up front. I'm going to have a sign. I'm trying to pattern getting pulled up to play Name with them at this show. And just come up, play the guitar. You know, he sings the song and all that. I got it down. But play it, and I've been imagining like being on this stage because I've been to this venue many times, so I know what it looks like and what it would feel like. So I can imagine, you know, the 15,000 people and what the seats are. Like I've got that view. So that is a pattern. I don't necessarily say Goo Goo Dolls need to pull me up on stage. I just imagine myself there and the Goo Goo Dolls are next to me. So that's a pattern. I spoke about how you would pattern like making a lot of money. I don't think millions of dollars. I'm like, I don't need to be filthy rich. I don't need anything like that. I just want my basic needs met. And if I want to go on a trip, if I want to buy something, I can. And I don't have to like penny pinch and worry and stress, you know? So that's a feeling that I try to imagine. And then I had a personal goal for music. So I released music. I'm not famous. I'm not I'm not going to be a rock star or anything like that. I don't have any dreams of grandeur like that anymore. I did, for years, but I've been patterning going viral, or a song of mine going viral and it taking off. So that's something. So those are always what I repeat in my head when I start my pattern sessions. So knowing that patterning, I'm measuring it to see if any of this stuff comes true. But what I will say is, because I've been patterning and I'm always thinking these really positive thoughts, like previously I patterned that I would become a trainer at my job, and that I would become a guy who gets into training and like is one of the people they always dedicate training to, you know. That was one of my first patternings when I started this about a month ago. Well, in that month, I have since I've since got a position where I get to be an onboarder. I am now the backup of the head coordinator, and his goal is to make me take his position by summer. And now I'm in all the meetings with the training and trying to develop. So there's a lot of things that came from that, where I'm just positive mindset and I'm ready to go. Again, coincidence? I mean, again, I'm always working on it. It's not like I'm saying, oh, I told the universe and the universe just gave it to me. No, I'm doing work. I'm doing stuff, but things are happening where I'm not. Things are happening as a result of work I did before, but I didn't necessarily know that's what it was going to lead to or where it was going to come from. For example, sometimes patterning or luck can come into things too. This might be a little off topic, but a big reason why I'm interested in the gateway tapes is like knowing some of the more unusual things like luck. I've always been somebody who's had a lot of luck at like when times are desperate or times are bad. Something rescues me. For example, in college, I just graduated college. I was a music business major. I had an album out, and I wasn't signed to a label, so that it doesn't really mean anything. And I didn't know how to pay for rent. I didn't have a job. I couldn't get a job. Nobody would hire me. I had 2 weeks to pay rent. And I was stressing out. I was telling my roommate, I don't know what to do. He's like, well, I'll loan it to you if we absolutely need it. I checked my bank account, and my bank account had almost $5,000 in it, where before I had, I think, $150. I had nothing. And I was like, whoa, what is it? Where did this come from? Oh my God. my music, my CD, was licensed by Muzak, who was a elevator company before streaming and all that. They licensed my entire album 6 months prior. They don't tell you when they license music. You just get the royalties later. The $5,000 royalties hit my account the week I needed to pay for rent. So I have lots of little moments like that. So for me, when you have one, it's a coincidence. But then when you start to see patterning, you start to wonder, is there something to this? Because I've been patterning so much lately, I feel like things have been a lot more positive, like in life. And I'm starting to see through the fog of stuff like anything is possible. They tell you train your brain. The more you focus on positive stuff, the more positive your brain becomes, the more positive your outlook becomes. That might not be metaphysical at all. That could just be, it's science. What do you want? But it's just something to note. So that's my little spiel on patterning. There are multiple tapes on it, but it is something that I try to do every single day. Those are my patterning goals, and I'm looking forward to seeing and hoping that some, if not all of them, end up coming to be, because, what more proof do I need outside of being able to see remote view or remote hear, being clairaudient, remote hear numbers from an envelope 3,000 miles away? If you don't know what that means, my previous video goes into that story. But my name is Derek. This is the Gateway Log. Like and subscribe. If you have any experiences with patterning, successes, anything like that, please share them in the comments. I want to learn from you as much as you learn from me. If you ever have any questions, video ideas, things like that, please share them as well. I would love to help you on your journey. And remember, it's not my job to make you believe. That's not what this is. Just leaving breadcrumbs with little experiences that maybe help you on your journey if you're so interested in trying it out. Until next time, we'll see you later.